Hello everyone, how are you? December 31st, last day of 2023. I just wanted to come on real quick. It's going to be a little longer than most videos I've shot this year. What I want to do here is kind of give you an overview from a homeowner's point of view and a realtor's point of view of what I think is coming down the pipe in 2024. And hopefully the information, if you stay to the end, will either save you tens of thousands of dollars as a homeowner or help you do so for your homeowners as a realtor. So I had a bit of an epiphany about a month ago, actually, and I found it quite interesting. Basically, what I heard was, Eric, you've spent 30 years getting ready for 2024. And I thought, well, that's kind of interesting. So I gave that some thought and pondered that. And after a while, I think what I heard is correct. And I understand why, that thought or download or whatever you want to call it came to me. And that's because we are going into some uncharted waters, similar to what we experienced in 2021. But everyone kind of liked those waters because home prices went through the roof. Realtors were busier than can be. You didn't require a whole lot of skill to sell a bunch more houses than you normally do. And, the only people who really lost in 2021 were buyers, because they are soon going to become sellers, and many of them not by choice. And of course, what I'm talking about is the interest rates and what they've done since 2021. Now, given the information we do have, rates are expected to start coming down, at least the bank rates, by the end of the second quarter or start of third quarter of 2024. At least that's what they're telling us. But, how quick are they going to come down? And what we do know, I think for sure, is we're never going to see 1.8, 2.1, 2.0% over 5 years again, because I don't think that was a good thing. I think that's what's kind of got us in this mess that we're coming into now. But, it's going to be a gradual step down. So, rates are still going to be up there relative to what we've been used to in the past, 10, 15 years. So that's problem number one. So those of you who own a home and have a renewal coming up in the next 12 to 24 months, you're likely going to be looking at a 15% increase of your mortgage payment at a minimum, unless rates come down quickly, which I don't think they will. So that poses a problem. That's problem one. Problem two is the recent legislation brought on by our brilliant provincial government to eradicate Airbnbs in communities and kind of just leave them standing in resort areas. Okay, I get that. At least they're not taking it away from, Sun Peaks and Whistler and Big White and Silver Star and stuff like that, which they're very much needed. Anyway, there's a lot of those homes that are going to be coming on the market because people do not want to be long-term rental owners. A lot of investors bought to take advantage of the short-term rental availability and the income that it produced. And they're not going to want to now become long-term rental owners because they have no rights. So they're going to be putting their places on the market. Homeowners who can't afford the home or their mortgage that they bought are going to be putting their homes on the market. People who sat around and did nothing last year but wanted to and decided to wait until this year are going to be putting their homes on the market. So what I'm saying is we're going to be transitioning into a buyer's market, which we have not seen probably really since after the collapse of 2008. So that brings me into the next phase, which is the real estate agent phase of this. So realtors who have been licensed, say, post 2009, 2010, have never seen anything like this. Okay, and it's okay if you haven't seen 2021, because it was an easy market to adjust to. Very labor intensive if we were dealing with buyers, because we'd have buyers making offers on 8 to 10 different places and sometimes not getting any of them. So that was kind of frustrating and demoralizing and a lot of work. But when it came to selling homes, chimpanzees with a license could have done that. So that was that market. But the market we're going into now is the complete polar opposite. So for agents who have not been in this market, and I would think, I don't even know that I've been going to be facing what we're about to face. But that said, I can draw on all the experience and the knowledge and the outcomes that I've created in the past 30 years that I currently train agents on and share with my homeowners as their advisor when selling their home, and can prepare both to succeed. So what I'm saying to you is, I'm not looking to steal your business, okay? Because homeowners, if you have a realtor, then by all means stick with that person, but just be mindful. And I think just listening to this will help. And if not, share it with your agent. But if you don't, then obviously you know how to get a hold of me, and I'm happy to take care of your sale for you and make sure that you save all the equity that your home has gained in the last, whether it's 3 or 10 years. So what I want to get to is, when you put all this together, all these different basically changes in the market, changes in the laws, legislation, and on a micro macro level, we're going to see a completely different market, and it's going to be, in my opinion, very challenging. Even if we don't see a major recession, which many people are calling for, even if we able to avoid that, we're still going to see a massive increase in inventory. And, we're still going to be short, in my opinion, of buyers, because what we saw last year is that the condo and townhome market held up pretty well, and that was because first-time buyers got pushed out of the single-family home market because they could no longer afford it. When your average home price in Kamloops for a single-family home is around $700, and in the Kelowna market, around $1 million. And I mention the Kelowna market because most of you know that I'm working both markets now, and that I'm traveling back and forth on a weekly basis, living in both cities, which has been very kind of exciting for me and rejuvenating. And the fact that I've got family in both markets is also nice to have. But anyway, back to the point. We're going to see a massive increase in inventory. So what is this? When you combine that with the fact that homeowners still want to believe their home was worth what it was worth back in the day, or maybe misled by a false flag being your assessment, which could or could not be accurate. Many are not, I can tell you that. And when we're heading into this kind of market, most assessed values are over market value. Okay, so it's going to be a real bad indicator. So I'm just putting that out there so you can kind of prepare yourself mentally and think, okay, my home might be worth what it's assessed, but there's a good chance that it's not. Okay, now do you have a realtor who's going to be able to tell you that? And if you are a realtor, are you going to be able to share that information with your homeowner? I mean, it's no secret that realtors struggled last year, especially the last half. Nobody did the numbers that we were used to doing in the previous years. So it's kind of a recipe for a bit of a disaster when you have a hungry workforce entering into a market that is declining, and where people can be given wrong information or want to believe something that isn't true, ultimately will cost you literally tens of thousands of dollars. And last year we saw this firsthand. And I saw homes drop by $250,000 before they sold. So how much money was left on the table there? And you're thinking, well, Eric, I don't understand what you're saying. If it sold for X, that's what it was worth. No, that's not the case. When you understand that days on market erodes your final sale price. In other words, your listing has an expiry date, and it's not the one on your listing contract. It's a market expiry date, which is about, in most markets, about 45 days. And that's in a good or bad market, meaning pro seller or pro buyer. So if you've got 45 days to accomplish the absolute best outcome, then that's what you have. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. So if you were on the market last year and did not sell, you probably incurred a few price reductions. You were probably on the market for 6 months. So you experienced this firsthand. And you're thinking, well, no, it's just a bad market. My house is still worth all that much. Well, again, maybe not. But my point is that as a homeowner, you really need to be cautious this year. And, you know, I'm going to tell you the first rule. You know, unfortunately, we don't have a Hippocratic oath in the real estate industry, though I think we should. Even though it's kind of gone the way of the dodo bird, even in the medical industry, but I'm not going to get into that, jump on that soapbox right now. But anyhow, I kind of take on my own Hippocratic oath. And of course, it's to, you know, first do no harm. And when it comes to being a real estate advisor, that means telling the truth to your homeowner, whether you think they're going to like it or not, and whether it might cost you their business or not. Because if you enter into a business or, you know, dealing with clients under the wrong pretense, under wrong information, I can guarantee you, you're just going to create a very terrible outcome. So what we need to do is, you know, really get honest with ourselves, homeowners and realtors, okay? And it's going to be a bit of an ego check, you know, especially for realtors. You know, leave your ego at the door and be humble. You know, because if you don't have the tools or the strategies going into this market, and if you, like I said, were licensed post 2008, 2010, you don't, then, you know, you may want to call me. I can share with you at no cost to you how I can help you. And if it resonates with you, then let's work together. You know, you can become part of my real estate network, and I can look after you from a mentor point of view for the rest of your career, if that's what you're interested in. As a homeowner, just be mindful of what I'm saying here. And, you know, this is not the market to hit a home run in. All right. If you can hit a double, you'll be a star. So what I'm trying to tell you is don't get greedy, I guess is the bottom line. Okay. Your house is not worth what it once was. And that's just a fact. And whatever you believe isn't going to change that. So I just wanted to share this with all of you. I don't want to run this any longer. We're already at 14 minutes. So I hope this was of some value to you all. And as I said, if you have any questions, just private message me, call me, 250-819-4727. And I wish you all a happy new year and a prosperous 2024. But keep your feet on the ground, be humble, okay? And remember, you know, this is not a home run market we're going into. That's what I'm going to leave you with, okay? So take care. Happy New Year, all of you.